Welcome to Revlog, everybody. Look who's here today.
Hi.
Hi, Megan.
Hello.
We are so glad that you're here. And Bryan,
Hello.
how are you?
I am well.
Oh, got that.
It's a good radio voice.
Yeah, practicing that sultry radio voice that we always appreciate on Revlog. That's an added bonus.
I'm Fraser Crane.
I'm,
That's what you
lis-
sounded like.
I'm listening.
That's good.
Hello, Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going for Delilah, but you know,
Delilah.
it's good. It's good. Many a days I was driving back between my student teaching, between my college and where I student taught, and
And Delilah.
it was the only thing I could get at 10 o'clock at night. And that, I have no idea what she looks like, but I have this image in my mind of,
Becky writes to me.
no, stop. Okay, this is not
Des
the
Moines.
focus. Okay,
She's had her heart broken.
okay, we need to move on.
It's my fault.
Yeah,
I did it.
truly. Well, we're glad to have you with us. This has been the summer of the sub, and I feel like our ratings have like tripled since like you and I have not been here.
Ratings are climbing.
Yes, so
The networks have noticed, by the way.
Truly they have.
The suits at the network have noticed.
Well, today we are talking a really great passage from Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2. And it's one of my favorites because it talks about worship, but not like worship that most people would think of. There's no singing involved here, but it's an incredible passage. And I think I really like how they paired that with this idea of Imago Dei, that how we live our lives, how our bodies are used for worship. So Megan, kick us off.
Yeah. I love this scripture because when it says living sacrifice, most of the time when we think of a sacrifice in scripture, it's the one time, animal on the sacrifice, but a living sacrifice is perpetual. So we're not offering ourselves as a one-time offering to the Lord. So, but the Lord also knows that our lives are mostly made up of unexciting moments and, the cumulative hours total up to,
I thought that was just me.
right. I know. But the Lord still, he knows that, and he still wants all of us perpetually. And I love that Eugene Peterson's paraphrase of this scripture is especially powerful. And so he wants our eating, sleeping, walking around life. But when he talks about not being conformed to the pattern of this world, I feel like it's in those unexciting eating, sleeping, walking around moments that we're more easily conformed to the world. And so that's what my thought has been, where has the world kind of insidiously come in when I kind of wasn't watching and become part of my identity? Because if, like you said, this is in context of the Imago Dei, right? And so if all of who I am, even in the unexciting moments, is supposed to reflect the image of God, then there's some moments that have, kind of looked more like the world than that of God. And so that's convicting this week.
You and I, actually, all three of us, the book Liturgy of the Hours.
Yes.
Or
Liturgy of the Ordinary.
Sorry, of the Ordinary.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
of the Ordinary.
Yeah.
It speaks very much to that as you wake up, as you make breakfast, as you find your keys, lose your keys, those ideas that how are we using those moments to transform our mind? That's beautiful. Well done.
And the boring, as you say, what'd you say, unexciting or boring or whatever, that really resonates with me. But
After 85 years, Bryan, I would think there's more than a few of those moments.
a lot of empty, hollow years. But that's a far cry from the curated image that we are tempted. I think I feel the temptation to present a curated image to the world of something always going on, or something, or always being, on, always being ready. Yeah. I think social media is just a curated life. It's
Absolutely.
It's the best of. That's just not real at all. And so, what are things when they aren't #blessed, or whatever, then and it's this, it's this, be be transformed in those things.
Yeah, what I really love about this is this holistic approach to ourselves, and again, how that pairs so beautifully with the Imago Dei. Present your bodies a living sacrifice. That's a command to us to care for this vessel that God has given us.
Yeah.
And whether, it's not specified here, but whether that's what we put into it, that we should care about that. How we, care.
Looking at
You're safe.
Aspartame.
Yeah, right.
But what we eat,
wild.
how we physically take care of ourselves. Our this temple that God has given us, are we not caring for it? And the American culture doesn't typically care for it. The body.
Yeah. Again, that's exactly right. And Christianity, if we're going to say, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, and then present your body as a living sacrifice. This is the whole person.
Yeah.
This is not just looking forward to one day I will shuffle off this mortal coil and be free, and there's a strain in Christianity, at least that I grew up with, that disdained, it didn't outright say this, but it disdained the physical. And whatever was of the body was to be, maybe it's a leftover from the Victorian age or whatever, but it is a kind of a shame-based approach to the body. And this is not that. This is something, when we read about sacrifices in the Old Testament, in the Lord's directives, do not bring something that is less than to me. And now he's saying, your bodies, which says to us, these are beautiful things that we are bringing.
Yeah, truly.
Him.
Yeah. And I love that he uses the word body and mind in the same
Absolutely.
breath.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
Aren't two different
No, that's exactly what I was saying, that
entities.
holistic approach, that first of all, you take care of this physical body, but renew your mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't be happy with just the platitudes you got in VBS, which are good and foundational, but continue to stretch. Where has God called me to today? What can I wrestle with today? What do I know more about him today that I didn't know about him yesterday? I'm renewing it. Filling my mind with the things of the Lord, and then how can I approach the world with that kind of lens? And Paul's really saying, everything that he's given you is for him, so use it to that degree.
Yeah.
I love that concept. He says nothing about singing. He puts worship in there, but just if we would come on Sunday, if we'd come every day, just physically, mentally, in every way ready.
You mentioned singing. That's a physical thing.
Yeah.
It's the voice and
I'm here for
sound and all of that. The physical world. The physical world, the material realm is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is absolutely beautiful.
And he gave us tools to do that: singing, communion,
Absolutely.
baptism, these physical things
They're
that
tactile.
are used for worship. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know that we take that literally, that first verse, to say present your body.
Yeah.
Everything.
Absolutely.
And we want to hide it, clothe it, we want to cover it, we want to
Right.
and hide, and so
We do want to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is again, there's a lot of shame. The Lord frees us from shame. We want to hide what we think sometimes.
Yeah.
We don't feel, and I understand that. We're wondering, is this a safe place for me to share my thoughts? And we've got to gauge that.
Yeah.
But if we are working towards not just filling up the room with our own agendas, but allowing room for everyone else's, this is how we create a space that is welcoming and that is joyful and that is curious.
Yeah. I love that.
What do you think? Jesus even said, when he would gather with his disciples, here's what everybody's saying, and he would say, well, I want to know what you think.
Yeah.
Everybody else is saying this about me, or, whatever. What do you think?
Yeah.
That's great.
That's good.
Megan, what question do you have of this text?
Yeah. I think my highlight reel, like we were saying, might reflect
The
the
best
image of
of.
God. Yeah. But the things that have been cut out of that, right? So the unexciting moments, where in my life has the world crept in, and where in my identity have I become more like the world? Right. One time I was expressing kind of an offhanded opinion about politics or something, and my husband said, "Careful, you're starting to sound a little like the world there." And it's like,
What was
oh
that
no,
opinion?
how did that happen?
Can you share that now?
Stop.
That'll be in post.
Yeah.
What has crept in that I haven't even noticed, and how can I root that back out so that all of me reflects God's image? Is it how I'm talking about someone that's different from me, or someone who votes different from me, or whatever that is that feels inconsequential in the moment? Where can I do some work to reflect the image of God more?
Bryan, in all of your study of this text and preparation for today, what have you brought? Oh, what?
Well, I'll tell you. How may I get excited about offering my body to God?
Yeah.
And what can increase the wonder and the gratitude that I have so that I am excited about offering my body to God, instead of simply thinking of my person as something to tolerate or to get by or make do with. How can I become filled with wonder and gratitude so that, and the outcome of that, I think, is not I become boastful or braggadocious. I think the outcome of that is I want to share that back with my Creator and give that to Him. How can I do that?
Wonder and gratitude. That's
Wonder and gratitude.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, we'd love to know what you guys think. We are so grateful for your participation in our revlog. So comment below, and we'll see you next week. God bless you.